Hello friends, I am back again with one more interesting topic from grammar, that is past modal verb. Before I begin today's lesson, you must understand what are these modal verbs, right? These modal verbs are called helping verbs, and these verbs are used together with the main verb of the sentence, right? So these modal verbs are can, could, will, would, should, may, might, must. These are modal verbs. Why do we use these modal verbs while speaking? We use these modal verbs to ask permission, to talk about ability, and to make request, right? As today's topic is past modal verbs. And when we use these modal verbs to talk about past, we use it with have plus third form of verb or past participle. Don't confuse with past participle. What is past participle? Past participle means third form of the verb, right? So go, went, gone. What is third form? Third form is gone, and that is called past participle. Give, gave, given. So what is the third form? Given, and that is called past participle. So guys, don't confuse with past participle. This is the third form of verb. So these past modal verbs are used with have plus past participle. When we talk about past, we use these modal verbs. And these past modals are could have, should have, would have, might have, and must have. So before I give you example, first we need to know why do we use these modal verbs, right? So we use these modal verbs to express our regret in past or to imagine a different situation in past or to talk about possibility that something has happened, something may has not happened, and something has definitely happened. Understood? Now you have understanding why do we use these past modal verbs while speaking English, right? Now I am going to explain these modal verbs one by one. So for better understanding, let me distribute these modal verbs into two groups. Number one, past modal verbs of regret. Second, past modal verbs of possibilities. Let's start with first group, and that is modal verbs of past regret. And these are would have, should have, and could have, right? So let's have a look at these examples so that you can understand it in better way. Let's start with should have. And the example is I should have studied hard. So here I am trying to say that I should have studied hard and this is my mistake, and now I am regretting for that past action that I had study material, I had good time, I had enough time, but I didn't study. So to talk about my regression, I am using should have. To talk about my mistake in the past, I am using should have. So what I will say now, I should have studied hard, right? Let's talk about could have. Could have and should have both are same. We can use them interchangeably, right? But there is a slight difference between could have and should have. See, could have is more polite than should have. Could have is softer than should have. Let's have a look at this example. If I'm a teacher, I would say you should have studied hard. So this is a strong advice because I am a teacher. I am giving advice to my student. So I am strict here, and if I am your friend, So I would use could have. Then I will say you could have studied hard, but you didn't. So this is softer than should have, right? Now would have. Would have is just like could have and should have. Why? Because it is also used to express our regret of the past, right? But what is the slightest difference here? We regret about the past action as well as we imagine a different result in the past, a positive result in the past. Let's have a look at this example. If I had studied hard, I would have cracked the exam. Now see this example very carefully. Here I am regretting that if I had studied hard, this is my regret. And as well as along with this regret, I am imagining a positive result in the past. And what is that positive result? That I would have cracked the exam. So this is the slightest difference here. And one more important thing, would have is used with if clause. If I had studied hard, I would have cracked the exam. So these are the three past modal verbs, could have, should have, would have, which are used to express our regression in the past, to talk about our mistakes, and to talk about our lost opportunity, and to imagine a different result in the past. Now let's talk about the next group, that is models of past possibilities. So must have and might have, these two modal verbs are used to express possibilities in the past, or these modal verbs are used to make guesses in the past. So here we use these expressions to talk about that something has happened, something may not happened, or something has definitely happened. We are not sure about the action, but we are making guesses here. Let's have a look at this example. He might have left the office, right? So see, here let's think I'm calling my husband on his landline number, but he is not picking up the phone. So here I am guessing that he might have left his office, right? So I am making a guess. I'm not sure about this, but I am guessing that he might have left his office. Let's talk about second modal verb of past possibility, that is must have. Must have is just like might have, but there is the slightest difference here. Here we are more sure about the action. Let's have a look at the same example. He must have left the office, right? So here I am calling my husband and I have little information that he leaves his office by 2 o'clock for lunch. It means I am sure about the action because I have some information. So I would say he must have left the office, right? So to understand it in better way, I will tell you one more thing, that is these modal verbs of past possibilities, might have and must have, are used to measure level of confidence. When I said he might have left his office, I am not confident. But if I say he must have left his office, it means I am confident that he must have left his office, right? So these modal verbs are used to talk about past possibilities, to make guesses in the past. Now you must have understood all these past modal verbs. There you go. We have looked all these modal verbs in the past with have plus third form of verb. If you are watching a movie or reading a book, you really look out these verbs and listen out these verbs. The more you will see it, the more you comfortable feel it, right? I will be coming with my next video. Till then, stay awesome, stay productive. Bye bye.